the latest. Thank you for love and support. I welcome you all to my channel. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso revolution is spreading across Africa like wildfire. Now we are seeing that all over Africa, people are fighting for a change and a revolution. Everybody is trying to have peace, security, sovereignty in Africa. Benin has also joined in the song of freedom. Freedom for liberty. Benin Workers' Trade Union Confederation organized demonstration on January 25th, 2025 in Cotonou to demand the withdrawal of French troops. Yes, this follows a terrorist attack in the north on the 8th of January 2025, which caused the lives of around 30 soldiers. The CSTB questioned the effectiveness of the French military cooperation, believing that it contributes to aggravating terrorism in Africa. These people came into Africa to help us fight the insurgencies. They said we are suffering, we do not have peace, we have terrorist activities worrying us. So that is the reason to which they flee from wherever they came from. They say they came from the west to Africa to help us fight because they have colonized us and they still think that we are kids and they have to always nurture us because we have not truly grown to take responsibilities of ourselves. And the moment they came here, we allowed them to stay on our soil to help us fight these terrorist activities. But we realized that these things that they came to help us fight still ongoing. And there have never been a single day they've arrested a single person or the group that is causing destabilization. For decades they have been here and the same story. We keep seeing these insurgencies happening all over. This is what the Benin Trade Union is saying, that no, enough is enough. If they are here to help us fight the insurgencies and at the end of the day we see them still happening, we need to ask these people to go. Like what Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso did. We are asking them to move away for us to continue with the fight. Let us fight our own security. If you are here for that purpose and we are not seeing any effectiveness of your presence, then there is the need for you to go. So Benin is also joining Chad to sing the same story. We want these people out on our soil. They have to go. They should allow us to fight our own security. These people always come in the guise of helping us fight terrorism. But at the end of the day, we end up losing the natural resources and these people do nothing. Where do these terrorists always get the funds they need? Like the weapons, the food, the shelter. These people claim they have all the technology to detect everything, yet they are not able to use the same technology to detect where these people are hiding, where they are getting the supply of weapons, how they are feeding themselves. This is something that is not spoken about. Then at the end of the day, they tend to tag that it's because Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso or the Sahel are ruled by military. That's why we have these insurgencies. What about Nigeria that is democratically governed? Nigeria, Boko Haram is warring them, but they are not military leaders leading the people in Nigeria. We have Gabon, we have Guinea that are being ruled by military leaders, but we are not hearing of these insurgencies because Gabon and Guinea are doing what the oppressor wants. Chad, it's just recently we are seeing this kind of destabilization in Chad because they've decided to kick the French troops out. That should tell us that these people are actually behind what we are going through in Africa. Recently, the president of Ghana visited Gambia. And according to John Dramani Mahama, We have to unite as a people to fight terrorism. We've seen what is happening in the Sahel, and we have to all come together, unite. And then we've also seen that there are some countries that are not democratically governed. Before this military takeover, these insurgencies were warring the Sahel region. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso were always having this destabilization. And these are some of the reasons to which Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso decided to form a new leadership to fight these insurgencies. If truly African leaders are serious about fighting these insurgencies, we know what we can do. We know the best thing to do. That is coming together to sack all the military troops that we have, close down all the military bases of the foreigners, and we will have peace in Africa. When we are able to tackle the root cause of these insurgencies, then there will be peace. What you normally say, we have to come together, fight, we are trying to help like Nigeria went, making it look like because Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are ruled by the military, that's why they're having these insurgencies. Nigeria, have you forgotten that Tinubu is democratically elected, yet Boko Haram is warring you? These people, wherever there is natural resources that they are interested in, that is where we have these insurgencies. We have these terrorist activities. So unite as a people and do away with the Western bases that we have in Africa, and we will have our peace. Before these people came, we were living in peace. And until we are able to move them out of Africa, we will never have the peace that we are looking for. So let's not all pretend that we don't know what is happening. So kudos to Benin that they've also joined in the Song of Freedom. We want this revolution to spread to every part of Africa. There are some of our brothers who still do not understand what geopolitics is all about and the tactics these people are playing on us. They are looting Africa in the guise of democracy. Democracy has been the enemy of Africa. The same people who gave us this democracy are practicing human rights. Why so? If it is good, why are they not practicing it? Africans, even the countries that are saying they are governed by democracy, we have seen that the oppressor have liberty to do everything that they want. That is when they tag that these people are doing the right thing. Look at the water bodies that are being destroyed in Africa, especially in Ghana, because of galamsey activities. The West are quiet about it. You are living in democracy, yet the oppressor determines the kind of educational system you should have. They sit there to tell us what we should learn in school. This is democracy. This is the same thing that Muammar Gaddafi rose to fight. And they started tagging Muammar Gaddafi as a dictator. The same thing they are doing to Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. So we have come to realize that the people that are doing the right thing and looking for the welfare of Africa and practicing real democracy is Assimi Goïta, Abdurrahman Chiani, and Captain Ibrahim Traore. Any other African country leader isn't practicing democracy. It is a dictatorship because they dictate to the people what they want. What politicians want to be done is what is done. This is not democracy. The people can only exercise their democratic rights and their voices to be heard only when it is the day of election. After that, these leaders do not give the citizens the right to speak. Some of them will say they shouldn't be spectators, but they should be citizens. But the moment the citizens rise up to criticize the bad things that are happening in the country, boom, trouble for the people. So we know that democracy is a shadow and a show for the West to keep looting the African continent. And we want a new leadership in Africa, a new revolution in Africa. United we stand. Those of us who are still believing in the Western media propaganda against military leadership, we know not all of them, but the good ones are those that they are targeting. So we have to all rise up, the Gen Zs. Let's rise up and fight for a better Africa. The better Africa is when we have leaders like Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso who are fighting for the people and trying to make sure that the agenda and the voices of the people are heard. Their natural resources are taken control over, and they are used to generate revenue to develop and change the lives of the people. These are democratic leaders, even though the people are claiming it is military rule. We are seeing it to be democracy. We have the right to decide the kind of leadership we want, not the West telling us what kind of leadership we should have in our own continent. That is not democracy. So that's the latest around the world. In Africa, West Africa, and in Benin.